Hey, it's me, Nalthazar, and welcome to another Magic Puzzle Quest video. This one is very special to me. I honestly did not think this would ever happen. I didn't think I'd be sitting here and making this video. Like, if you saw the last subscriber video I made was, I think, at 200. And I was like, there's no way that I'm ever getting monetized in this game, but nonetheless, I'm really excited that so many of you guys support my channel. So this is my 1,000 subscriber thank you video to you guys, and I'm pumped. This is really cool. Like, this is really, really cool. So I have a few requests from a number of people for this video. The video is going to have a few different facets to it. I have a whole bunch of fun stuff in store for you guys. So there's this first little bit where I'm going to be chatting with you. Then there's going to be a question and answer with some pretty cool gameplay. I've been holding on to some footage for this for you guys. And then at the very end, I actually got one of these things so that I could do an actual Magic the Gathering pack opening for you guys. So I was thinking I could go through my stores of like 400 packs in Puzzle Quest, but there isn't anything new that I can get from that, so I don't know how exciting that would be. Whereas this, I mean, there's some pretty cool stuff in here, so maybe something cool comes out of it. I don't know. So before I get any further, a few really quick thank yous to some people, groups, etc. So the first thank you is to my coalition, especially guys like James. I actually wasn't going to ever make videos, and then I made a deck on Bontu, and this guy in my coalition, James, was like, hey, can you post a video of it? And the video was like 5 minutes, 5 seconds long, and you could only post a video that was 5 minutes long. So I was like, forget it, I'll make a YouTube, and I'll just send you the link to it. And then people asked me for a few other videos, and so I started posting those, and then I just sort of got into posting videos there when I had something to share, and then this happened. So I didn't expect this at all. This was just a like, hey, I want to share fun stuff with my coalition mates. Enzo, you run our coalition, thank you. I wouldn't be playing the game if it wasn't for Enzo right now. There were some rocky times for me at some points in the game before I became a content creator. I've learned to just love and play the game since then. But yeah, Enzo definitely kept me in this, so thank you. Octagon, thank you so much for your support of my channel. You guys started putting my videos in game at about 200 subscribers, and it really took off from there. So now at 1,000, it definitely would not have happened if my videos weren't in the game inbox and you guys supporting me, so thank you. I really appreciate that. To my patrons, all of you guys, I especially appreciate you. Thank you. You guys give this like validity, etc. I wrote you guys a message, but nonetheless, thank you guys very much. I really appreciate you. Some of you who've been really pushing my channel to get me closer to 1,000. So guys like Gauze and Cydrix, thank you very much. I appreciate that. You guys definitely didn't have to do that, but you did, and that definitely helped push me over the edge. So there are so many people that I could thank for this. I mean, every one of you who watched this that are subscribed, obviously you, thank you. So I was told I should wear a party hat, and so yeah, this is my party hat. Yeah, I had a better one, but we have no idea what happened to it, so this just became my de facto party hat. And of course, I'm supposed to be pumped and stuff. I was told I should do the Macarena, but I mean, I'm as pasty as it gets. Look at this. Like, I don't dance. That does not happen. You're not going to see that. There's no way. Yeah, no. I was also asked to be topless, make a topless video. So, Andrew, Julie, this is for you guys. You cannot see me right now. That means that I am currently topless in this video. My shirt is still on, but you cannot see my top. So, yeah, that was me topless, right? Because you can't see my top, that makes it topless, that counts. You didn't specify how, so that's on you. All right, cool, yeah, fun stuff. So, my head started getting super inflated as I got closer to 1,000 subscribers. People were like, "You're a big deal," and I was like, "No, I'm not. There's no way that I'm a big deal." So I went and started joining some other coalitions just for fun, to prove that no one would know who I was. But that was a huge fail, because every coalition that I went into, someone sent a message like, "Oh my gosh, it's you." And so I had to sort of relent that maybe at the very least in this community, people know who I am and I'm doing some good work. My favorite thing was actually on the Magic Puzzle Quest Facebook. So a new card, the Torment card, I think it is, the human minion chainer dementia master dude. That exclusive got posted, and Crystal Davies posted, "Is Video Dude gonna do a video on it? I'm not convinced it's worth having." So at the very least, in all my time doing this, I'm Video Dude. Maybe I didn't come up with a noticeable enough name with Nalthazar. It's a little bit wonky, but I'm apparently now Video Dude, so that's cool, right? Yeah. All right, so that brings us full tilt to question and answer. So I wanted to do a question and answer for you guys. I started asking about a month and a half ago for submissions. Those of you who are in my Discord, thank you so much for your submissions. Jason, thank you for your 4,000 questions or whatever it is. I'll get to as many of those as I can. You guys will see what I mean in just a little bit. There are a lot of questions there. But nonetheless, thank you guys all so much. This is really cool. This means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get into some really cool gameplay and that question and answer. In the gameplay, I get my mana bonus for my Planeswalker up to over 100, just as a spoiler, because why not, right? So the first question is from Eric in my Goldfish Coalition, and his question was, what new objectives would I like to see for events? I mean, there's a lot of things that aren't currently in the game that could be in the game that could be kind of cool. The first thing that sort of comes to mind to me would be summon 0 creatures objective, right? Find a way to win without summoning any creatures. So there's just so many things in the game that make really powerful creatures, and there are also so many things in the game that are very strong for like doing spell damage or something like that. So I don't know, I'd like to see something like that. It would force a little bit more deck building. I'd actually like to see more objectives that make it just a little bit harder to achieve the objectives, so that there were fewer, like it meant a little bit more to get a perfect score. But yeah, Bruce has 2 questions for me. Bruce's first question was, what got you into Magic in general? Paper, Puzzle Quests, which set were you big into? So Paper. The thing that got me into Paper was, this is going to sound silly, I know. There's a few things, was the art. Honestly, I love the art on the cards. And so I was really into collecting like basketball cards, and then I got really into Pokemon cards, and I always liked the art on Magic cards. It always made me want to get some. And so Black Lotuses were worth $20 when I got into Magic, and so I was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna get a whole bunch of these. This sounds cool. Like, I have the most expensive possible collectible card for this game. And so for those of you who have seen me on stream, you'll see that I do actually have Black Lotus to this day. But yeah, that's what got me into Paper Magic. As for Puzzle Quest, my best friend in the world is also, sort of into Magic, but he got into Puzzle Quest, and so one day he was visiting me, and he's like, "Hey, I want you to put a game on your phone." And so I was like, "Okay, sure." And so he put Puzzle Quest on my phone, and then he's like, "You'll probably not stick with it unless I do a little bit more." So then he bought me what was the then version of a premium pack, which had like 14 packs in it or something. And so that was when Innistrad had come out. And so I pulled like Rattle Chains, Niblis of Frost, a few other things, but it definitely got me started. And so my favorite Planeswalker starting out was Jace 1. I thought that Jace 1 was super strong because you could get your spells back, and with Niblis of Frost, it would disable things. Oh, how the tables have turned, am I right? Jeez. Yeah, so what set was I big into? I mean, the Innistrad set was super cool. As for Paper Magic, my favorite Paper Magic set was probably Odyssey, because I love tribal in Magic, and so I really liked playing with like the goblins and the elves and all of that stuff. It was the introduction in Paper Magic to fetch lands, and so I thought that those were pretty cool. So I actually had a pretty sizable collection of those because I got a lot of Onslaught. Yeah. So what are my favorite creature types? My favorite creature type is goblins. In Paper Magic, I love playing with goblins, and that is still true. It is goblins. Drogon from Discord, what are your favorite Mythic and Masterpiece cards? My favorite Masterpiece is Omniscience, just because it's wildly busted and powerful. It's one of my favorite Paper Magic cards, if not actually my favorite Paper Magic card now. I just love playing it. I don't use it in like infinite combo decks. I just use it to do silly shenanigans that no one should be allowed to do. And so I really like it in paper. In Puzzle Quest, it does basically the same thing, but with a shield count, which I think is a good thing. So yeah, that's my favorite masterpiece. My favorite mythic would be shoot, I don't know, maybe Barl or Rishkar's Expertise. Even though I don't like playing with them now, like at all, just because I actually don't personally like playing loop decks. Nonetheless, those were probably my favorites so far overall. Bongo the Gray asked me, "What is your favorite Magic Puzzle Quest memory before you started as a content creator?" Oh, probably pulling Omniscience, actually. Well, there's a few. All right, so there's a few. The first thing that comes to mind is obviously pulling Omniscience. I got it from a 400 pack before they were non-duplicate. It was my birthday, and so I was like, why not take a stab at this? Let's pull. Let's see what we get. And I got Omniscience, which was great. I felt pretty jazzed about that. My second memory from before I started as a content creator, this is just something that I was really proud of at the time, but I used to play like every single event religiously. Like I played every event. And so over the course of 3 full calendar months, I did not miss a single point objective in any event. I got perfect in every single event, coalition and non-coalition. And so I thought that was pretty cool. That made me feel like I was good at the game. So yeah, that's something that stands out for sure. All right, and now for my very long list of questions from Jason. I have a lot of questions from Jason. So Jason's first question was, what do you think is the most powerful Planeswalker? So currently I would say that the most powerful Planeswalker in Puzzle Quest is Sarkhan the Unbroken. Just the 3 most powerful colors in Puzzle Quest right now are green, blue, and red. And so as Brokan is the Planeswalker that has all of those and has solid abilities, Brokan's definitely the most powerful Planeswalker in the game. What do I think is the most powerful card in Standard right now? That's tough. It's a toss up between a few. The things that immediately come to mind are Killer Instinct, Urza, Eidolon, Song of Creation. So I'm gonna go with Killer Instinct. I'm gonna go ahead and say that Killer Instinct is the most powerful card in Standard right now. You can basically just win with that card and 1 creature. So yeah, that's pretty busted. But it's gonna rotate soon, so yeah. If I had to build around 1 card in Legacy, what would it be? Omniscience. I guess like my favorite Legacy decks are Omniscience decks. Just once again going back to Omniscience being my favorite card. It's very strong, very easy to build around. So yeah. If I had to build around 1 card in Standard, what would it be? The Eidolon of Blossoms. That's probably my favorite card in Standard right now. I really like green gem conversion. I like that it disables the card that you draw, so it doesn't create like this super loop. But nonetheless, it still feels really powerful. So probably the Eidolon of Blossoms. I use that in a lot of events. When you do a set review prior to release, what do you look for to make a potential chase card? So I think of like what are all the cards that currently exist in Standard. I'll think a little bit about what are some cards in Legacy. I think about like what are the Planeswalkers we have, what are going to be some synergies with those cards. And so I just try and do some like mock decks in my head of like what would be really good here, you know? So yeah, that's basically it. What was my workhorse Planeswalker as a noob? My workhorse Planeswalker as a noob was Jace Unraveler of Secrets. That Planeswalker is the Planeswalker that got me my first PvE Coalition perfect score. And that Planeswalker is the walker that really just made me feel like I was starting to get good at the game. The third ability, Unravel, letting you get +4/+4 for all of your creatures every time you draw a card, is really easy to build around as a new player. There are just so many things to draw cards with. So yeah, I used that more than anything. What Origins cards, when you were a noob, did you lean on heavily? I didn't actually lean too heavily on that many cards from Origins. I actually really didn't have very good luck with Origins, so I really didn't have many of the cards. I definitely didn't have any of the super powerful cards. But as for like which ones I actually used a lot, I used Displacement Wave because that was my board wipe, and I used Jeskai Thief because Jace Unraveler, and she drew another card every turn. I didn't have the Starfish Sigil or Sigil Starfish or whatever it was from Origins. I really I didn't have very much of Origins at all, like until booster crafting. When booster crafting came out, I think I had like 2 mythics from Origins, and that's it, to give you an idea. So Origins was never a nice set to me. Okay, what cards were you the saddest to see nerfed? Ooh, this one's gonna be pretty easy. It's Court of Calling, hands down. Nothing. There's really nothing else that I've been sad to see nerfed. I don't think, but Court of Calling definitely. That one hurt a little bit. So that one got nerfed because of Vadrox. I would have rather just seen Vadrox get changed and not Court of Calling, because Court of Calling is such a good card for new players. It's pretty easy to get, so it's something that everyone has or should have or you will have soon. And so it's just such a useful card for everyone that's the card that got nerfed. That one made me the most sad for sure. What one Planeswalker would you choose to have revamped a bit to make it viable today? Well, if I had to revamp a Planeswalker, it would definitely be Sorin, because he needs to be revamped. Huh? Huh? No, but really, I hate Sorin. Sorin can go to the garbage bin. I don't want to see Sorin revamped. Sorin can stay in his dumpster fire bin where he belongs. Revamp. Okay, so this is kind of a cheat of an answer. I would love to see Koth revamped so that he could have 4 or 5 supports instead of 3. And that's about it. But other than that, let's see. I'd really like to just see the Origins Planeswalkers revamped, honestly. I'd love to see those get brought up to the times with mana bonuses and abilities so that they are more playable. And then that would make the game a little bit more accessible for new players. So I'm going to go with the Origins Walkers. Do you think any Planeswalker ability or Planeswalker is too strong? Okay, so independently, I think that Nicol Bolas 2, his third ability on his flip side that makes your opponent not be able to draw cards, is too strong. And I also think that Teferi, the white-blue Teferi's third ability that exiles things when you draw cards, is too strong. But I don't think they need to be nerfed. With Bolas, you have to flip the thing first, and I've really actually never lost to that. And for Teferi, if you know you're going up against Teferi, since it's a support, you just need to make sure that you have support destruction. It's like a must, and then you have to hold on to it in your hand. Ideally, you have something that destroys all supports, because yeah, that thing is a little bit it's a little bit strong. Yeah. Do you think any cards in Standard are overused because they are too good? I mean, sort of. Urza is overused, right? Like, everyone that has Urza uses Urza. Everyone that has Killer Instinct uses Killer Instinct. So it's really a matter of, like, what do people have, and as for what's overused, I honestly think that maybe you see more stuff overused in Legacy than you do in Standard. So we've got so many different objectives in Standard that, yeah, you see a lot more variation than you do in Legacy, at least in Platinum. I play in Platinum, so yeah. If you could create your own Planeswalker and could choose any Planeswalker ability as the first, any Planeswalker ability as the second, and any Planeswalker ability as the third, what would it be, and what colors would this Frankenwalker be? Ooh, I get to choose anything for those. Well, then, let's see. My favorite first ability is Nissa Worldwaker's first ability, but I don't know that that would be my choice for this. If I had any first ability, it might be Bolas's first ability. Let's go ahead and say Bolas 1's first ability to kill a creature. That's pretty strong. Or, I do really like mana gains. All right, so you know what? Let's say that ability number 1 is going to be Bolas's destroy a creature. Yeah, that's really strong. Second ability would be... Oh, you know what? Let's sketch that, because second ability is going to be Garruk. So second ability is going to be Garruk's destroy a creature, draw 2 cards, gain life equal to the toughness, which means that first ability is going to be something that I'm going to want to give me mana. So I'm going to go ahead and say Koth's ability. So let's go ahead and say first ability... No. Karn. Who am I kidding? Increase my mana bonuses and fetch cards. Yeah, okay, so Karn is going to be my first ability. Garruk is going to be my second ability, the destroy things. And my third ability would be... Oof. Would it be Teferi? Would it be Bolas? They can't draw cards. Would it be something like Brokon, where you get 3 creatures? I'm going to go ahead and say... Oh, or Luca. Luca's third ability is pretty sweet. Just flat end the game. I'm gonna go with for my third ability though. I'm gonna go with your opponent can't draw cards. Yeah, yeah, that one's pretty messed up. So yeah, your opponent Bolas's flip ability. Bolas 2's flip ability. Your opponent can't draw cards. That would be my third. So you've got creature destruction. You've got your opponent can't draw cards, and you've got fetch and crazy mana bonus boosts. Do I want this to exist in Puzzle Quest? Absolutely, I do not. But and then as for what colors would Frankenwalker be, let's go ahead and say blue, green, black because we don't have a blue, green, black Planeswalker, and I think that would be really cool. What old mechanic would you like to see brought back? Oh, Energize. I love Energize. Energize was a really fun mechanic. I love that it does something with the gems, and I love that there were a lot of cards with Energize. I really liked playing with Energize, so Energize. What current mechanic would I like to see revised? Flash. I'd like to see Flash revised. I know that they've said that they're going to be revising Flash, but I'd like to see that happen. That would be nice. What was your favorite set? In Puzzle Quest, Ikoria. There are just so many cards in Ikoria that are really fun to play with. I'm going to say Ikoria. Innistrad was my favorite set before Ikoria came out, but now it's definitely Ikoria. And the last question. Alrighty, pack opening time. So I've never done a real pack opening before, like on a channel or something. So this is my Double Masters VIP edition pack. So let's just go ahead and get cracking this. If you are unfamiliar what's in Double Masters is a oh geez, what does it have? You get like all of these like special art cards and stuff. It looks super cool looking, right? So you get these like box topper cards that are pretty sweet. Yeah, the packaging is something to behold. Let me tell you. Good gracious! It's apparently you get 4 like rares or mythics per little box pack thing. So here's the packaging all ripped up. Here is our pack. It's got little foily tokens and stuff, which is, kind of cool. So let's just go ahead and get into what we've got in this pack. Alrighty, so starting out are going to be our commons and uncommons. So I don't know, if there's any, I don't think there's any like commons that you're going to be super looking for in this. Let's see. It seems that my camera might be struggling to focus on these, so, well, we'll see. Like I said, not done this kind of thing before. But, ooh, that's actually that's a pretty sweet one. That's a foil Urza's Tower right there. The Urza power plants are definitely really good for paper magic, so I'm going to put this one aside. I want to remember that one. Bone Picker. Nope. Everflowing Chalice. I do like this. I like to use this in commander decks where I'm using 0 mana artifacts. So that's a cool one that I'm going to set aside because I could totally see myself using that. And this brings us to the uncommons. So we've got the first one is Treasure Keeper. Nope. Ravenous Intruder. Nope. Ooh, Foil Fatal Push. That's a nice pull right there. Look at that. That's a nice one. Yep. I'm going to set that one aside. Springleaf Drum. That's actually a really cool card. Tap an untap creature you control to add 1 mana of any color. We've got Enlarge. Pentad Prism. Bringing it back to 5th Dawn. Man, was that a bad set. Pyreweald Shaman. Oblette? Something like that. Yep, and this brings us to our rares. Our first rare is a Foil Ad Nauseam. That's actually a pretty good pull, because this is actually a useful card in this. So you get 2 rares. The first one can never be a mythic. The second one can be a mythic. So hopefully this second card is Mythic. Let's see, we're going to scooch it back just a little bit. It's not. It's another rare. You can see the little R down there, or maybe you can't because my camera's not focusing on it. But it is Stonehewer Giant, which is, you know, not the best card ever, but it's not terrible. Which brings us to our box toppers. Now, these are the really sweet cards that you could get in the Double Masters pack. So the first one cannot be a mythic, right? So we're hoping for a good rare here. And our first one is... Oh, look at that. Look at this Toxic Deluge. What a beautiful card. Goodness gracious. Oh, the art on this thing is beautiful. Look at that. Oh, look at it. I don't know that you can see it so well because of the coloring, but these zombies and stuff, I'm turning it around just so I can see it better. Oh, that's gorgeous. Man. All right, cool. I like that because this is actually another very useful card. Our second box topper, praying for a mythic, is... Oh, it is a mythic, guys. There is a mythic box topper in this VIP pack. Oh, yeah. What color is it? Man, please be something good, something good, something good. Sword of Light and Shadow. That would constitute as something good to me. I'm going to put this aside on this pile of commons here. Look at that. Look at that thing. Gosh, that's pretty. Oh my. Hold on, we gotta get a better look at this thing. Oof. I think that mine might even be a misprint too. You can, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little like thing on the card right there. Right there. But nonetheless, this is, that's a great pull right there. That basically like pays for the box, I think, between the Deluge and the sword. So that's cool. All right, and then our lands. So we've got these non-foil full art lands that are absolutely gorgeous. And then we've got some foil full art lands over here in the back that are absolutely gorgeous. Look at that, an island. Best card in all of Magic right here. This should be banned, if anything. And the last one is this. Our tokens are a wolf, which is a golem, and a treasure, which is a servo. Cool. Well, that was fun. That was exciting. Alrighty, well, this bring... Oh, wait. Party hat. Silly, Nalthazar. Yay! No, but this brings my 1,000 subscriber video to its merry end. Thank you guys all so much for your support. This is just so cool to me. This is really so cool to me. This is something that I never thought was going to happen. Definitely a dream come true. So love you and appreciate you all. I'll see you in the next one.